think it's important that people understand the science of healing attachment wounds, because it's, it's understanding the science doesn't heal them, but it definitely keeps you grounded while you're going through them. And so anything that was wounded in relationships, especially early relationships, needs to be healed in relationship. Like, we can't heal our attachment wounds alone or just by understanding that here they are. So by going with what I call an anchor, it does not have to be a therapist, but having safe space held through the ventral nervous system and through a state of safety, we start to be with what is happening to you right now. And we start to go into the body and develop interoception. And we start to be with the sensational experience in the body, and we connect it to the original wound. And we start to have an embodied experience of what we originally went through. And as my capacity, let's say, if I'm your anchor, Sarah, and you're going there and you're like, oh, I can feel this tightness in my chest and a queasiness in my belly. And I can say to you, I imagine you might have felt this before. Since we know this might be infant memory or really little girl memory, can we start to be with the tightness in your chest? Can we place a hand? I'll place a hand over my belly. Can we start to hold the sensational experience? And can we hold the truth that it's happening right now with your daughter or your husband when he does this, and this little girl inside of you, based on the experiences that are going on in your body, has felt this before. She's either scared, she's nervous. And if you don't have an explicit memory, can we trust that this is implicit memory together? And with my nervous system and your nervous system, can we start to be with the sensational experience in your body and build the capacity to hold more and more of it together? So that's how we would start to be with the original wound. That's how we would start to connect it to its root. And that's how we expand our window of tolerance together. And that's how we would move it from the body up into the right hemisphere and integrate it into the left. And I think it's so important, if you're listening and you really get that, that is true healing attachment wounds. So attachment wounds aren't healed through just education alone. We actually need to go there together and build the capacity to be with what's going on in our body and how our body is storing these attachment wounds.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. It makes me think too, like, okay, attachment is a stress response. Our attachment systems are stress response systems, right? When I am a child in distress, my attachment system gets activated. So I seek out my caregiver to help soothe me or meet my need, right? We seek out attachment figures due to like a change in homeostasis in our body. And when we are in homeostasis, when we are in safety, regulation, we are in, connection with another, our attachment systems are actually they're quieter. They're not active. There's no alarm bells going off that's saying, get me close to you, right? Because we are truly in a sense of safety. What I'm hearing you describe in this interaction of like an intervention in therapy with someone where they're experiencing some type of dysregulation, distress inside of their body, a sensation that we normally want to try to turn off. And our attachment systems and the attachment patterns that we have learned to utilize as a result of our attachment systems, perhaps not making that happen for us. Either we get louder and bigger and more intense so that someone will come and turn it off for us, or we just try to turn our attention and awareness completely away or shut ourselves off from that sensation because we don't think anyone's coming to turn it off for us. Those are these survival adaptive strategies we've developed to not feel the discomfort, right?
Correct.
And so what you're describing in this session is that I'm feeling safe with you and discomfort arises. And because of those two things being true, the discomfort and the safety, which is what was not originally embedded in the system, we're trying to expand our capacity in this moment to stay in the discomfort while knowing we are safe. And we're rewiring the system in that way.